Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 replay. This one's going to take place on Neoplanet S. I'm the Red Terran Ketroc, spawning the bottom left-hand position. And in the top right today our opponent is Acid of the Ur clan. So Acid I've run into before. I have beaten him and he BM'd me the entire game. And then when he realized he was going to lose, he BM'd me more. So it must have been a memorable experience. And I've actually played him a few times now on the ladder. Yeah, so he knows exactly what my strategy is like. He knows I'm going to be going Planetary Fortress, using Ravens to defend tanks, and he's going to try to hard counter my build. And like most of my builds, which are kind of just weird and stuff, they do have definite hard counters. Because if it didn't have a hard counter, it would be what people call standard and safe, and that's not my play. So it looks like it's second barracks here. Somewhat hidden. I do realize it, yep. That's kind of dumb when I had one hit point left. Or one hit left. Two racks. I like to send my first marine around the edge here, and then send the second marine here, and then try to converge on an SCV scout that's coming. But there is no SCV scout. In fact, I forgot about that marine. So that was a little bit annoying. Slowed down my command center and I lost an SCV. And he got back in. And back out. And I pulled a bunch of SCVs. So, not a good start. So keeping my marines in two decent jump up zones. Looks like he's not really, didn't build any more Reapers behind that. I guess the fact that I scouted his two racks, he decided to abandon his, early two racks play. And kills my SCV, so I don't get to go scout his base, but I should be thinking that he's expanding, the fact that I've only seen one Reaper. Maybe. I did see two racks to open though, so... I think at this point, yeah, probably. So I could throw down another command center now, just with that guess. It looks like I finally caught him. But no. Oh, and it looks like a secret third base from the from there. So again, he knows I'm not going to have any map presence, so things like this can really work. So he's actually going to get ahead economically. I'm still haven't thrown on my command center yet. I guess that second early barracks still has me a little bit scared. So with this build, I always get my first base, my first expansion before my opponent, and my second expansion before my opponent. So in this game, that's not going to happen, which means I'm going to be a lot further behind economically than I typically am. So he scans, and I think he sees a starport. I'm not really sure how the edge of that scan works. I think if it's even touching the building a little bit, he gets to see it. No, he didn't get to. He doesn't know that's a starport, but he knows there's a tech lab spinning, so... Doesn't matter. The scout isn't that important because we played before, and he actually hopped on my stream chat afterwards, and he knew what I was doing. In fact, the fact he was on my stream chat afterwards is a little suspicious, but I didn't get any idea from when playing the game that he was stream cheating it at all. So I know for a fact he knows my strategy, but I don't think it's from cheating. I think it's just from our previous encounters. So here he comes out with a small Bioforce, and notice there's no tanks. And he's able to shut down that expo. And I wonder why he picked off that particular missile turret. Like, you'd think if he had like a Banshee you wanted to hang out here or something like that, he would do it, but it seemed like a little bit of a strange decision to sacrifice those Marines for that one turret. And just hanging out there, preventing my expo from going down. And sending out another force over to this base. So, a lot of this strategy also depends on me, or is at least assisted by the fact that I'm doing damage when he pushes my base. And there's no return damage. So a couple of Seekers on when he wasn't really looking worked out quite well. allow me to take that base. But this is the sort of thing you can do if you're hard countering it. Rather than like going in here with your bio and tank, and your bio gets picked off by the PF a little bit, and your tanks are constantly dying to ravens. To hard counter, just never engage, and then you don't fall behind the units a lot of stuff like that, and you can just hang out in these bases and shut down my expos. It's actually kind of lucky I got this expo down at all. However, my opponent is now up to 4 bases. That's his 4th. And still in the mass command center thing, but of course, not so useful. Decent split. Only got 3 Marines there. But of course, he was looking at his army that time, so. Losing command centers isn't a big deal because I have plenty of money to buy tons of command centers, but having my expansions prevented is a big deal. Like if I lose, 5 command centers in the first 15 minutes, but I'm still able to get to 4 bases, that's fine. But even if I lose no command centers, if I'm not able to expand, it's not a good spot. So here he tries to pick off my PF. He does have 2-2 upgrades. It's really close. The other PF's not done yet. But it's so close that he overcommits. Medevacs are down and he lost everything. So now all of a sudden I feel like maybe I got a chance. Not a good chance. He's way ahead economically and he didn't play the way I need him to play for the strategy to work properly. Heading over here to shut down that expo. He scans me, which is not good. And I went to like the one base he hadn't expanded to. I had no idea he was down here. If I went to this base, I would have been able to completely kill it, which would have been a pretty good spot for me, but I just did not expect him to be there. Another suicidal attack with 2 PFs. I can't see this working. He's going after the Marines a little bit there, so I'm kind of having to dance the Marines away and then back. So a lot of Marines, a lot of Vikings on the field. Again, when you're hard countering this, you only have to worry about Ravens. Those are 2 pretty good unit choices. This is one of those games where I wish I kind of spent my extra minerals on Hellbats, although the amount of SCVs and repair I'm able to do, I may not be always ahead. Just random scouting with those Marines. This guy might be able to double PF. Now I'm heading over here and realizing that he has his base. I had no idea he had for this long though. I may not even pull those back, knowing me. And Vikings are heading that way. It's too bad. At least he turned into PFs, it might have caused some damage, or at least forced his army over here where it didn't have to be. I feel way behind, so I have to do these sort of things with Ravens. But it's so risky to be out on the midfield with Vikings and Stim Bio on the map. There's no way to defend yourself against Stim Bio. And Vikings are a lot faster than Ravens. Even though you can PDD them a little bit. Looks like he's double PF the middle of the map now. I lost a lot of Ravens down here, looks like. Looks like he tried to nuke me when he's already in range of the fortress. Again, he's playing super anti-Raven and expanding everywhere. And the gold minerals, where it doesn't help me a lot, it will help someone a lot. He's building a lot of Marines. You can see his income is a good $600 a minute more than me. And that's with, I think, some mules on the field for me. Against Lost Tab, though, he's lost $6,000 more than I have, which is nice. I think I have one Raven that's Satellite over here, so he's going to help pick away at that base just a little bit, but he has no energy. That's where he's going with this, going into my main. And I don't even think I got one medevac. So there goes all my production now. I should really shut down these down. Don't want to be building ravens because they're just going to die like that. Nice, one got away. This was kind of like a guess. I'm trying to guess that his PFs don't have high sec auto tracking, which they don't, so they're 6 range, and mine are 7. I'm like, I wonder if I can put like 3 PFs in the middle and have them 7 range away from him and 7 range away from him, but not vice versa, so he can't shoot back. So I just kind of randomly guessing. I think if this PF was like that, it might have been perfect. Maybe I'd have to do 1 notch higher too, maybe like that. Because otherwise it might be 6 range with this. Because I have all these command centers I'm trying to expand and I can't and whatnot. Building 2 more here, that's trying to float over that way. So I lost my entire main, have to rebuild my production, so I'm building some more starports over here. Coming over to this base and seeing that he still hasn't expanded there. Oh, this is unfortunate, I wasn't ready. And it looks like, yeah, it all died. So, if I were paying more attention, I could have come down here and shut down this base, and maybe even get back here before I died. So trying to build that PF in the right position now. And you can see, yep, see this PF shooting at that one and not vice versa. Auto turrets on the high ground here whenever I can. I had to rebuild my engineering bay. Couldn't make any PFs. So I lost engineering bay in my main. Production, I got 5 star parts again, and oh my goodness. Without having production for that long, it meant I stored up a lot of money. He does have Thors now, so you want to kill the Marines first, because they're good firepower, and then go after the Thors. Thors are better firepower, but Thors don't die, so at least you can kill the Marines with the PFs. PFs takes a long time to kill a single Thor, so it's better to get rid of the Marine firepower first. He was repairing this PF because both my PFs were shooting that, so I switched the targets over here, and it worked the way I thought it would, where since he didn't have to repair this, he wasn't ready for it. Oh, I even built a high ground PF to harass that, but still no ravens. Handful of ravens moving across the top. Looks like with Thors, these will probably all go down. I do have a lot of SCVs here to repair though, so he's going to take some damage in the process. And I'm not harassing the top like I should be. There, I finally harassed the top, but it looks like it's too late. He's intercepting me to the right, so then I go left and I get intercepted that way. And I'm like, oh god. Running into Thors. And this isn't good, and I'm out of energy. So, besides being faster, I think one of the things you could do if you get in this spot is the weakness would be the Marines. You can't kill Vikings, you can't kill Thors, but you can kill Marines. So, if I back up a touch to, I don't know. I guess that's way too far. Look how long I'm sitting there for. So here when I know I'm getting squished, right, I see the Vikings and the Thors this way. So I pull back this way and I see the Marines. I should unload all my seeker missiles on the Marines. Or at least say 4 of them. So, and then right now, I should be flying back towards the Marines. See, I can't get out this way, but once those seeker missiles hit, I can probably escape here with limited damage. So if I started running to the right now, I might have been okay. My Ravens would have been like here right now, which is pretty far away from where these Thors are. Still have more command centers. So much minerals in the bank, so many these. I don't know where these guys are queued up to. Did a good job pulling back there. Pulled out another Marine quite well. This base is actually dried up. He finally took this base. I'm still floating a zillion minerals. It would be nice to be able to take this middle base, which is, looks like what I'm trying to do here. That one hasn't... Oh, I guess he's trying to land an orbital there. While I'm trying to land everything there. Where are my ravens at this moment? Units, ravens. Okay, so they're in the same spot. I should be counterattacking or defending right now with this stuff. This is just too much to defend against. And with that many Thors. Yeah. Even trying to PF rush this space. So I think that's a good what if. I think this is more or less the way that Halby said to do it if you were to face my strategy. Just build a handful of Marines. Use it to contain me while you expand all over the map. Halby's also said he would transition straight into Sky Terran because the best way to beat Sky Terran is Sky Terran. I think Thors are a good option too because Thors are good at taking out PFs. They're amazing versus Ravens with their bonus to light and splash damage. And even in the other impact mode, they can go okay versus BCs if I transition that way. Acid decided just to stick mostly with upgraded bio and Vikings. I made some poor decisions and took some really bad engagements, which kept me in the game. But he was also able to cut off my Viking force a couple times. Since I was so far behind, I had to risk, doing like these runs out here to like get harassed, or runs over here to get a harassment out. And when you're halfway across the map and Ravens are slower than every unit, can't defend themselves versus Marines, and Vikings are faster, have long range, and do good damage. Marines are a lot faster with stim and can't be prevented by PDDs. So being on the map is not that good. With that said, I think if I just... this harassment run right here. So he just throws away a big chunk of his army. I take this base, and then I go for a harassment run. And right now, if I just tapped here, saw there's no base, and then immediately went down here to check, and then back home, it could have probably worked out really well. But up here, I see there's nothing. I was sitting there for a while, so right now I could have actually been down here. His Viking force was too far north. I would have been able to lay down a bunch of auto turrets, fly home over here, probably get here safely. I mean, there is a few auto turrets here, so it's not a whole lot of Viking defense, but auto turrets are better than nothing. Then I wouldn't have lost this Raven force. I would have shut down another base, and actually I would have been up 1, 2, 4 bases to 3, with me taking my 5th and him taking, like, retaking a 4th. But instead I lost a big chunk of my Ravens. Well, I guess I didn't lose a big chunk of them, but I didn't get the harassment over here. Especially with that bio follow-up that failed. So I had my opportunities to beat someone who was hard countering me, but it was still a really fun game. The old command center harassments. This was fun though. So I think there actually is a perfect way to do this. You can build 3 command centers that are within 7 range of these 2. Or at least 2 command centers, maybe not 3. Like, I don't think this one was firing. But like this right here is within range of both these PFs, but not vice versa. Same with the command center I built later that was like this. It was in range of both these PFs, but not vice versa. And what I mean not vice versa, I mean you're within 7 range, but not 6. So if you have high sec, you can shoot him. If he does not have high sec, he cannot shoot back. You know, I can't even count with my fingers how many games I've been against double expand in the middle and built PFs in this spot. It's such a weird scenario, but I keep finding myself in it. There was like this huge base trade I had versus Zerg once where he had both of these bases. But the creep went like this and like this, so I built a PF here. And then the creep was like that and like that. So I built a PF here. And then eventually took over the middle with auto turrets. He flew in 2 turrets, a bunker that wasn't quite full, another turret here. It's kind of shocking I wasn't able to take down a single medevac with all that. I think with different luck, maybe 2 medevacs go down. But say he took half damage on 1 and nearly full damage on 2. I even doubled up my protection over here just in case he scooted this way late in the game. Usually I only had 1 turret, but later in the game I had a second. But that wasn't the entry point to this entry point. And I know I have two turrets here too, so you'd have to actually fly over my ramp and over my bunker to get in, but that's actually the weakest point, surprisingly enough. Anyways, with that, we'll call it the end of this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check the description for a thumbs up link, and goodbye.